Holy cow, it's cold out there. I am... Man, I just walked to the Bean in Millennium Park. It's a couple blocks from here. It was cold. I had my camera out, so I had to keep a hand on it, or I wanted to keep a hand on it, and so my hand slowly but surely froze. Oh, no thank you. It's actually snowing. Cold. That was Chicago. I was out there for 2 days, shooting an assignment for an editorial. It was one of those that was sort of a little bit difficult to commit to at first, out of my own BS. And it turned out it was a weird situation because I did. I had a dream after this where I was on a house cleaning crew, and it was with my friends, and it was like a dream, weird dream. But we're going into like commercial house cleaning, commercial building cleaning crew, and we're going into this large modern building with this huge atrium, and we have to start cleaning this building, and I don't really know what I'm doing, but it's not rocket science, and start cleaning this building, and I really don't like it. All I can think about is how to get out of this job, and then I'm on these stairs, and I'm using a big polishing machine to polish these bricks. And I wake up, and right when I wake up, in this half-wake state, I'm realizing this was one of those things where you just have to commit to doing your best work. It doesn't matter what it is, you just got to enjoy it. It is the task at hand, and if you just do it right, it'll feel good. And it came right after doing this assignment that I went into thinking how much I didn't want to do that. And it turned out to be an assignment that actually was right up my alley. Like the subject matter wasn't, but the approach was. I was able to shoot it my style, my way of shooting, the way I wanted to do it. And it was a subject matter that really usually isn't shot that way, and so even that sort of actually played into it. It was kind of cool to be able to do that, and so it was just a weird coincidence, or not a coincidence, but it was an interesting it was very interesting to have this dream that was so clearly a subconscious message to myself about, you know, how to approach work. I would never shoot a wedding, but shooting bridal dresses in my style, sort of documenting this craziness of a bridal dress expo. I think that's actually turned out to be kind of a random assignment that you just got to do the best you can. So that was that. I actually made a full-on journal, and this is my hotel room in Chicago. And I wrote my dream story down right after I woke up. What else? Here's one of these shots from that expo to be worked on, but actually kind of cool, I thought.
I feel like my face is frozen off. Ooh.
Another thing I want to touch on real quick is I was in a group Zoom meeting with a college here in Southern California, or a college administrator who accumulated a bunch of people from the greater world of photography, commercial, educational, fine art. And she wanted to explore what a photography department in a college should look like at this point in time. So we had about an hour of conversation over Zoom. And immediately AI, of course, came up. So I thought it was important to sort of clarify what an AI image actually is, because it's not a photograph. A photograph is light captured through a lens and recorded on either film or a digital sensor. I don't think there's any difference between film and digital. The photograph still is light recorded of an actual scene. And an AI created image is created through software. The technical process behind it is completely different. And so I thought, I actually wrote down some things about it. The definition of the photograph, I think, is important right now. Like an AI created image isn't a photograph, so we should distinguish between that. Anytime you draw in Photoshop or digitally of some sort, you scale, you pull some pixels apart and make them look different. You rearrange them, you chop something up and put it back together, or you generate all of these things digital, of course. You create a digital image and not a photograph. If we take a photograph and we make a collage out of multiple photographs, we end up with a collage, and we call it a collage and not a photograph. And I think we need to start doing the same with digital images, generated images that are not photographs. And so for a photography department, I think it's really important to maybe focus on teaching photography and then have a separate class that touches on digital imaging. And I mean, obviously I get it, a AI generated image at this point can look like a photograph, but you could also paint something photorealistic and that would look like a photograph. Still not a photograph, it's painting. I had another fun little life lesson taught to me by myself this morning, riding up my bike up the mountain. Just listen to this.
Here's a little mental food. You're riding up the mountain on your bike early in the morning. Light's really pretty. It's already warm out. Sweat coming off your nose. It's steep, you're not going very fast. So you focus on the road straight ahead of you. And before too long, you start realizing, or better, you start noticing these little roly-polies crawling across the road towards safety about 3 feet to the right of you. And you dodge them for a while, and you're in pain mode from cycling, and you're thinking, why are all these roly-polies crawling on the road 3 feet from safety? Why are they all over here this close to safety? Did they go into the road and then turn around? What's the deal? And then slowly it dawns on you that you're the one 3 feet from the side of the road.
There was one really fun moment in Chicago when I was walking back from that job. I walked back to the hotel, and I looked to the right. I'm stopped at a stoplight. I looked to the right. I'm like, I know that sculpture, and it ended up being the sculpture of my ex-girlfriend's stepdad that I knew from back in Berlin when before I moved to the States. I was together with this girl, and her stepdad was a sculptor, and he had this sculpture that is in Chicago, and I just happened to be right there, and I randomly encountered it, which that's always super fun. That sculptor, Hubertus von der Goltz, he makes these humans that are balancing on a precarious line. Really cool stuff. And I kind of grew up with it as a teenager. I was around it a fair amount, so seeing that was a really cool little life bonus. Always a bonus.